moving on to play Baltimore. Now, Texas has had one of the best offenses all season, but then Baltimore was kind of like the little Cinderella story in the AL East, taking that division. What are you expecting to see between these two teams?
Yeah, first and foremost, let me explain what I think we need to see. All of these series that we just saw are going to be important to state this.
Yeah.
This is new. This playoff format is fairly new. All of these teams in this round, 4 of them have had a bye.
Yes.
How are those teams going to handle that downtime? How are they going to come out of that bye? And are they going to be able to pick back up right where they left off?
Yep.
That's first and foremost, and that's across the board in all of these series with all of them that had a bye. And this one specifically, offense.
Yeah.
We are going to see a lot of offense here. The Orioles, I am so excited to see Camden Yards on Saturday and how rocking that place is going to be. Those young studs in the lineup against really the savvy vets of the Texas Rangers. I know they have some young guys in there. Josh Young's been great. Evan Carter, 21 years old, been really good. But Semien and Seager, those 2 guys at the top of the lineup, they're getting paid $500 million between the 2 of them. They run that offense. That team dominated down there in Tampa, sweeping the Rays. One of the I think people thought one of the better teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't give the Rangers much of a chance. They go in there and dominate that series. I'm excited about this one. I think we see a lot of offense here.
Okay, so then what does this series come down to? Obviously, both these teams have shown they can swing the bat, they can get the ball in play, they can score runs. What's it going to come down to?
Pitching. You gotta pitch. And for me specifically, we talked about it the other night in our Day 2 show. If the Rangers pitch like they did in that series, they can beat anybody in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They can beat the Orioles. They can beat the Twins or Astros. They can beat the Braves, Dodgers, Phillies, whoever.
Yeah.
D-backs. I truly believe that. But that's been their Achilles heel all year long. Is it going to hold up for an entire month in the playoffs? I don't know. But if it does, their offense is good enough to beat anybody. So this series is going to come down to pitching for both teams. The Orioles, right, they have the advantage. They're going to have home field. They're the 1 seed. But do they have the pitching to win in the playoffs? That is a big concern of mine. Now, Kyle Bradish has been fantastic this year, perhaps the most underrated pitcher in baseball this season. He's been really good. I'm excited to see him in the playoffs. Back into the bullpen, got hurt for the Orioles. Felix Bautista, that's a huge blow. Yes, Yennier Cano has been good. Can the Orioles pitch well enough throughout October? But specifically in this series, the Rangers' only hope is if they can pitch. Now, what does that entail? Who are they going to go to in Game 1? Is Max Scherzer coming back? He threw a bullpen just the other day.
Yeah.
A real bullpen, as it was called. He was excited about it. But is he just going to come back and be Hall of Famer Max Scherzer?
You can't, because he hasn't pitched in a game. What, has it been a month? Over a month? And it takes games facing live in-game hitting in order to get your feel back, to get your velo back, to just get everything back to where it was before he got injured.
And he's going right into playoff baseball.
Which is a different game.
This was the same injury that Justin dealt with.
Yeah.
So right around now, Justin was starting the process of coming back, and he went and threw in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
And then really had to ramp it up. Max Scherzer, and we don't know if we haven't heard one way or another, right?
Yeah.
How he's going to pitch, if he's going to pitch, all of that stuff. But if he does, you're throwing him right back into not a regular season MLB game, postseason, where every 1 pitch is like throwing 2 pitches on your arm. The stress is there. So the Rangers pitching, what are you going to get? Jordan Montgomery, I'm imagining he'll go in Game 2. This is what I think we're going to see from all of these teams that played in the wild card round. The guy that went in Game 1 will probably be able to go in Game 2. Because it started Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be Day 5. So I imagine everybody that pitched in Game 1 will go in Game 2 of the division series. So we'll see what they do in Game 1 there. But can the Rangers pitch like they did against the Rays? If they can absolutely win this series.
So you mentioned it. Every team in each of these series, the 1 and 2 seed, have had 5 days off.
Yep.
So Baltimore has had a pretty decent break. Texas, because they swept, now has had 2 days off before they face again. You said pitching is going to be it. How does that help their pitching? Is it more of their bullpen giving them some extra rest before heading into the series?
The higher seed or the lower seed?
For Texas, how does having these 2 days kind of help them?
Well, one, the sweep is huge. And that's, again, we can talk about all of these teams with the bye and how they're all going to have to deal with that. Same thing with all of these teams that are coming out of the wild card series. The sweep was huge. Saves you an extra starter. So now we'll talk about it with the D-backs in a little bit. But for example, the D-backs didn't have Zach Gallen or Merrill Kelly for game 1.
Yeah.
They stole that game. Zach Gallen goes game 2. You sweep. You don't have to pitch Merrill Kelly in game 3. Now he's going to go in game 1 of the next series. So all of those sweeps were huge. Now the Rangers, whoever they were going to throw in game 3, Dane Dunning, whatever they were going to do. I don't know if they're going to go Max Scherzer in game 1 or Dunning, but the sweep was huge and the days off were huge for the bullpen and getting the pitching in order. And that's where the bye comes in handy for the higher seeds. You're able to line your pitching up perfectly.
Now, before we move on, what's your prediction for this series? Who wins and in how many games?
Oh, okay. I think the Orioles are going to win.
Okay.
But I think they do it back in Baltimore. I think it goes 5. I think Orioles in 5 is my prediction.
All right.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.